Hi everyone, welcome to another weekly market forecast for the week ending February 5th, 2021. My name is Justin Bennett with Daily Price Action, and in today's forecast, we're going to talk about the euro, the pound, the Australian dollar, as well as silver or XAGUSD, and we're going to wrap things up with the cryptocurrency Ethereum. The euro USD and the pound continue to go sideways. However, I do like what's happening right now with the Australian dollar, and I really like what's occurring on the silver chart. And we're going to wrap things up with Ethereum, which, as I mentioned recently, could be about to break above that 1440 area and carve new all-time highs. So let's get to it right now. A quick disclaimer that today's video is for educational purposes only. All views are my opinion and are not intended as investment advice. Forex is a high reward, high risk business, and you should not trade with borrowed money or money you cannot afford to lose. See the description of this video for the full disclaimer. So first up, we have the euro USD, and it's a similar story to last week where the pair right now is just going sideways after reaching that 123.30 area recently. So this is going to be resistance going forward, 123.30, and of course that 120 area is going to be support. This was the top of the range that was in place for several months when the pair was just going between 116.15 and 120 before this breakout on December 1st. Now, the other thing is we have a trend line here that could come into play that extends from some of these recent lows, and that area comes in just above 120. So I would say this area between 120 and 120.50 is going to be critical for the euro USD going forward. If we do see a dip into this area this week, this area right through here is going to have to hold on a daily closing basis. If it doesn't, and we do see the euro USD close below 120, that could expose some of these recent lows, including 116.15. However, just keep in mind that both the daily and monthly timeframes are showing uptrends. So this is the monthly time frame, and I've talked about this euro USD symmetrical triangle for several months. We had the breakout back here in July, and we did have a short rally following that breakout, followed by some consolidation. So this was the July close, and you can see where we had a bit of a rally here. The pair then went sideways between 116.15 and 120, and we've since had another breakout. So I wouldn't be surprised to see the euro USD move sideways here for another few weeks, and as long as this uptrend stays intact, we could very well see the pair break out again toward that 125 area. So turning back to the daily time frame, again, that 120 to 120.50 area is going to be support for the week ahead, and 123.30 is going to be resistance. Buyers have to get above that on a daily closing basis to expose that 125 area. Alternatively, if the euro USD does close below 120, we could see a move lower into some of these recent lows and perhaps even that 116.15 area. Next, we have the pound against the US dollar, and like the euro USD, it has been moving sideways. However, this pair has been a lot choppier than the euro USD, and that's exactly why I haven't traded it for a while, because notice how ever since the pair got above this 134.80 area, which had been resistance for a couple of years, the pair really has just been choppy. We've been going sideways between 134.80 and that 137 resistance area. Now, we did see a daily close above 137. However, I do think that the pound needs to close a week above 137 in order to expose higher prices. Now, one area that could come into play if we do see a weekly close above 137 could be 143.50. That was the location of the double top back here, and we could very well see the pair rally toward that area this year if we do get a close above 137. But for now, expect more sideways price action as long as 137 holds as resistance. And any dips into 134.80, I would expect buyers to come in and try to defend that area. If we were to see the pair close below 134.80, especially on the weekly time frame, that could expose some of these recent lows, and it would at least delay the bullish outlook. The Australian dollar has been consolidating for the last few weeks, ever since reaching that area just above 78. So this area is going to be resistance, at least the horizontal resistance that I'm going to keep an eye on. And you can see here where this 76.30 area was resistance back here. And since it closed above it, that area has served as support. Now we saw the pair dip below it last Thursday, but you can see this long lower wick, how there is significant demand through this area. All right, now that doesn't mean that we can't see a move lower this week. However, if this consolidation is going to stay constructive, I would like to see this channel support hold. So notice how off of several of these highs, we do have the top of a channel that could turn into a bull flag over the coming days and weeks. So this support area I would like to see hold if we do get a move lower. Now, ideally, since we had a retest here last week, I would like to see the pair move up and retest the top of this channel in order to stay constructive. If we start to see the pair move lower and really start to pressure this bottom level, we could very well see a move lower into that 75 area. But all in all, just like several other dollar pairs, this one has been in an uptrend for a long time. So if you are trying to short it, you're going against the trend. I prefer looking for buying opportunities at support, such as 76.30 or even that 75 area, or a breakout, a daily close above this channel top for a move back toward that 70.15 area, followed by 79.30. I mentioned silver or XAGUSD on Friday, and I've been talking about this for months now, where we had a breakout from a multi-year consolidation pattern. So if I move out here to the monthly time frame, you can see exactly what happened last year, where we had a few years of consolidation, aka accumulation, down here below this $22 area. All right, so we had the sell-off from this peak around $50. We then had consolidation / accumulation through this area. The pair has recently broken back above 22 and just consolidated. So to me, this points to higher prices for silver in 2021, where we could see a move back toward 30, 35, and 40. And in fact, I do think that silver has the potential to retest that $50 area over the coming years and perhaps even move higher. But looking at the daily time frame, and I talked about this on Friday, we have this rally. We had the close above the $22 area, which is serving as support now. And the pair has since closed above this first trend line. All right, so it closed above it here. We've then had sideways consolidation, and silver retested that 27.60 resistance area on Friday. So there are two trend lines in play here. We've broken above the first one. Silver has to get above that 27.60 area in order to re-expose the $30 handle. Now, as for support, obviously this recent low down here, somewhere around 24.50, is going to be support. However, if we see silver move lower this week, I would like to see buyers come out and defend this recent pivot right around 26. So notice how this was resistance here. We then saw silver break above it and retest that 26 area as support. So if we are going to see the pair put constant pressure on this trend line and break higher, I would like to see buyers hold silver above 26. That doesn't mean that if we do see a breakdown and a move back toward 2050, that the bullish scenario is negated. However, I would like to see it stay constructive, continue to pressure that trend line, and eventually close above it for a run at $30 and perhaps even $35 over the coming days. I've been discussing the potential from Ethereum ETHUSD for several months. The first time I talked about it was back here in June and July, through this consolidation after the cryptocurrency had just broken above this long-term trend line from its all-time high. And I should say previous all-time high because we recently did get a spike above this 1440 area. So I was first buying Ethereum through this $230 area, and I since bought along the way. I was buying through this rally and also through this consolidation. I was also buying following this breakout of the second trend line, which I also talked about on the blog as it unfolded. So I think the potential here for Ethereum this year, being that we're in a new cryptocurrency bull market, is massive. And I think this is only getting started. So if we do drop down to the 4-hour time frame, you can see what's happening in the short term here, where the pair retested that 1440 area. Now remember, this is, or at least was, the previous all-time high for Ethereum. And you can see where 1440 is currently serving as resistance. However, on the 4-hour time frame over the last few weeks, we have started to see the pair make these higher lows into resistance. Now, if this low down here holds, this is constructive. The fact that the pair is just retesting that resistance area and carving these higher lows. So to me, this does point to an imminent breakout, but we do need to see at least a daily close above 1440 before we can say that Ether has cleared its previous all-time high. Now, another thing I've mentioned recently is that if Ethereum follows what Bitcoin did when it broke above $20,000, once we get a daily close above 1440, all right, so we get a daily close above this level, it would confirm the break above its previous all-time high. And I do think that we could see a run toward $2,000 and even $3,000 within a matter of weeks. Remember that it took Bitcoin 24 days to go from $20,000 to $40,000. So if Ether follows Bitcoin, and I think it will, and it closes above 1440 over the next few days, we could very well be looking at a $2,000 or even $3,000 Ether by late February. And that's not surprising when you consider that Ether was just trading at $600 a month ago. All right, so this time last month in December 2020, Ether was trading right around that $600 to $700 area. It's now trading just under $1,400. So the potential for Ether to double in a matter of weeks is certainly there. And I do think that once we get a daily close above 1440, we could see this rally heat up even more, because remember, once we get above this area, Ether is in price discovery. And that means we could see higher prices in a very short period of time. So I'm going to continue to hold my Ether here. I have no intention of selling anytime soon, but buyers do have to get above 1440 in order to expose higher prices. However, I do think that's going to come within the next few days or weeks. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, leave your comment below, and be sure to subscribe to my channel. See you next time.